Hey everybody, Omar here, your Edge of South Africa guy, with my mini iPad here. I'm going to do a quick video. This is just a quick unboxing of one of my favorite knife makers, Clyde Challenor. I'm going to follow this up with another video on the difference between made by hand knives and CNC machining. So that video should be a little bit more interesting. I just wanted you guys to see Clyde Challenor's unboxing, because there's so few videos out there that kind of show what this guy's all about and what he does. So what's in this case here is actually a knife that he no longer makes. This is just for the purpose of unboxing, so that you know what it is that you get when you get one of his knives. So here I have the Clyde Challenor Raptor. I'm going to unbox this, and you just to see what you guys get when you get one of these. First of all, this case is really nice. This is sort of like embroidered onto the case. Really pretty. And then when you open up the knife, and by the way, this video is not going to be very long. It's just so you guys can see what what's in it. I just want to give a quick shout out to Revon for saying hello. You're actually one of the few people that are actually commenting on my video as I'm doing it, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. So this is the knife, which we'll look at that in a second. But then here's what else you get. I don't know if he does this anymore, but usually you used to get a sticker with his knives. You don't anymore, but here's a sticker, and then this is his certificate of it's Josh. Funny. Okay, so Josh is my buddy. So this is his certificate of authenticity. This one was made in, I can't even see, I guess it was made in April 19 of, what in the world? Is that 20? Date of birth? I'm guessing it's, I can't even see what the year it is. But yeah, this is the Raptor M390. Knife. There's his certificate of authenticity. And by the way, my buddy Josh has actually got a Raptor. I want to talk about that real quickly. We're both kind of in the same boat. We both did something stupid to our knives, and we're both currently going to have that in other words, redone, refinished. So we're kind of happy about that. But we've lived with our knives kind of screwed up. So we're actually taking our knives back to Clyde Challenor for him to fix. It's not because he screwed up, but because we screwed up. And I hope Josh doesn't mind me mentioning this, but I mentioned it in my last video. What I did was, with my Viper, is I put my Viper in my pocket with the same pocket that I keep my keys in, and I dropped my keys in my pocket with my knife, and when I pulled my knife out, it had this gigantic scratch across the bolster, and I screwed it up. So what I did was, oh, look at this, I actually got two stickers. I don't know what, oh, there's the other information card. You get an information card and you get his certificate of authenticity. He usually does this with all of his knives, including the ones that he's currently making, but his certificate of authenticities look different now. But anyway, back to my original thought, and we'll get to the knife in a second. Back to my original thought. I scratched up the bolster, and what I did was I thought I could fix it by taking some flitz polish and wiping out the scratch, but instead it wiped out the entire finish, and it just pissed me off. So yesterday afternoon, I shipped it off to Atlanta to his friend to go and have it redone and refixed. So I'm looking to get my knife done, and I kind of reminded my buddy Josh to get his shipped out there, and he did. So now, Clyde will be getting two knives that are going to be fixed. So that's kind of awesome. So on to the Raptor. Now, I've done this video before. Again, this knife is just gigantic in size. This is a one-of-a-kind CNC machine frame lock, and I'm going to get to that video after this one. And I'll explain what CNC machining is. But yeah, this knife is was made by CNC machining. Details on the knife is all made completely by hand. This is a gigantic freaking knife. We're looking at 4 inches total. I believe the size of this knife is roughly about 9 inches in length. Maybe, wait a minute, is that right? Yeah, I think it's about maybe 8.5 inches in length. It's really huge. I don't have the specs for it. What's unique about this knife is, yeah, all the details are done by hand. One of the biggest things about this piece is that the pattern, if you have this version of the pattern, I believe Clyde Challenor only made 50 of these Raptors, as far as I understand it. Some were done with inlays, and some were done with this pattern. I'm not sure how many of the 50 were done with this pattern. I think he told me 10 of these were done with inlays, and I believe the rest were done with patterns. But all the pattern ones, all the pattern Raptors that were made, the pattern on the front side and the pattern on the back side are completely unique and completely different on both sides of the knife, on each and every one. So if any of you guys out there own a Raptor, it's a one-of-a-kind. If you guys are wondering, is my Raptor one-of-a-kind? Yes, it is. Your pattern would not look anything like mine. And anyone that got inlays with their knife, their inlays are completely different from each other in every way and form. If it looks like your inlay is probably similar to someone else's, I guarantee if you look up close, it's completely different. So you are getting a one-of-a-hand, made by hand knife. The things that Clyde Challenor does by detail, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but number one, obviously his screws. You know, this sort of this cross thing here is a invention of Clyde Challenor, so you can open up your knife and not need special tools. What he did here was, it's the illusion that you need special tools to open up your knife, but really all you need is a regular flathead screwdriver. That's the correct size. And that's another reason why he no longer makes this particular piece of hardware on his knife, because people were using the wrong flathead screwdrivers on it. And what happens is they would open up their knife and then the screw would look really bad and then turn into swastikas. So he got tired of that and decided to just go ahead and 86 the idea. And if you go on his website, you will check out his Viper, and you will see what kind of screws he puts on there now. And he's got kind of like a sick sense of humor. Yeah, that's a good thing, Josh. He said I did that too. Clyde probably hates me. But no, it's because of guys like Josh that now we have the cool pivots where there are no screws on it. But you'll see how he did it if you ever purchase one of his knives. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open this knife up. And I'm going to get to the smoothness in the next video. But this one I just kind of want to do a quick unboxing. You guys can see how spectacular this knife looks and how tight everything is on it. It just looks absolutely, yeah, I threw you under the bus, Josh. It looks absolutely stellar. I mean, we could just have this knife in your pocket all day. This is a Safe Queen, sorry to say. I wish I had the guts to use it, but because he doesn't make it anymore, it's a Safe Queen. And the sad thing about Safe Queen knives is that Safe Queens usually wind up being sold, but you know what? This is never leaving my collection, ever. It's not going anywhere, and I'm pretty sure when Josh gets his knife back, he's not going to be sending it to or selling it to anybody either. Anyway, as I said before, his knives are made with CNC machining. When I mean CNC machining, only the scales are done by CNC machining. Everything else is done by hand. And I think that message gets lost with Clyde Challenor, but I will talk about that in the next video. There are a lot of details that get lost with Clyde Challenor, and unless you actually own one of Clyde Challenor's knives, you're not going to see any of these things that he does. If you look closely on this knife, you know, he's got some really cool things that he does on his screws. You see how if I put it up closer to the camera, I don't know if you can see it. You see how they have like these streaks in between, I guess, like in between where you see the arrow. there are these strikes that shoot out like a star. And he has that done on both sides of this, on the screws itself, where it looks like it's kind of shimmering. See that? Or it's maybe on the bigger screen you can see. It's kind of shimmering. He does that sort of star effect. You probably won't even notice that until you get the knife, and that's sort of a sad thing. On his Vipers, he's got something like that also, but it's the, it's the screws on the inlays. They really pop. I don't know what the freak he shines those things up with, but they really pop on the Viper. Blade is M390, and this is a 4-inch blade, man. It's a big freaking knife. I just wish that, and I hope my buddy Josh is listening, and I hope he's going to join me for Blade Show next year, man. I really do. Yeah, it does look badass. I can't wait to get it. Now I lost my train of thought. I do enjoy his teardrop hole here, because you can open the knife with that teardrop. You can, flick it out. It's very, very smooth. I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, his knives are quite smooth. His jimping is awesome. And you see that on his Viper, but what I like about his jimping is that it's not so aggressive. And it just so happens that no matter what size your thumb is, check this out. It's perfect for cutting. You know what I mean? You put your thumb there. It's so comfortable on there. His ergonomics are second to none. A lot of knives, the ergonomics on their blade are pretty much just straight. But Clyde Challenor, because of the advantage of CNC machining, I'm guessing, everything can be smooth. There are no rough edges on it. And the best part about his ergonomics, they're molded to your hand. I've never had knives that are this comfortable in my hand. So if you were to use this literally as a tool and you wanted to use this every day and scratch it up and get it beat up, it would be a very enjoyable experience for using. It's just fantastic. Fantastic. All titanium. The price of this knife, very, very, very expensive. I usually don't shout out prices for knives, but this one, anywhere between $1,150 to $1,200, depending on the knife that you got. I don't know how he figures that out, but I'm assuming that if it's inlays, it might be a little bit more. And thank you, Josh. Yes. I don't know where he gets Revon, but yeah. Thank you, Josh. He's got a lifetime warranty, so anything wrong with the knife, just simply contact him. The challenge is shipping it back to South Africa to have it. Oh, I didn't even realize that. His name is backwards. That's cool. Anyway, my buddy Josh. You can check my buddy Josh on Instagram. His name is under JJNOV. Is that right? Just go ahead and pop it up and say yes if I got that right. It's JJ, I think it's JJNOV. I think that's where he's listed as. So anyway, thank you. So anyway, yeah, this was just a quick unboxing. Nothing spectacular. I just wanted to show off this Raptor, which is now long gone discontinued. And the reason that he discontinued this knife is just because times change. People want smaller knives, but I know guys like Josh, I think he likes really big knives. Myself, as a knife collector, I freaking like everything. Yours is really gorgeous, too. I'm sure it's going to be really gorgeous when you get yours back after you screwed it up. That's another thing, too, is I would like to go on video with Josh and do my next YouTube video. We could both, and I wish we could do it. We could both show off our knives live on camera and show the fantastic special, lifetime warranty that Clyde Challenor does. He's just a really super, super guy. Believe it or not, he is not in the South African Guild, if any of you guys didn't know that, and there's no need for him to be. His stuff is seen on Knife Center. His stuff is seen at the Blade Gallery. He has been to Blade Show numerous times, so his credibility is top-notch. And yet, in the world of knives, the poor man is still a special secret by a lot of people. They don't really even know his work. So, again, I just wanted to do this quick unboxing and kind of promote Clyde Challenor a little bit. There's his information right there. And yeah, Josh and I are going to Blade Show, and if you guys are going to Blade Show 2024 and you are a fan of my channel, please feel free to say hello. I do my channel for fun. I'm a knife collector. I have told Josh, my buddy, to go ahead and purchase a straitjacket so that I don't pull out all my credit cards and freaking buy everything at everybody's table. Again, my name is Omar Calderon. I am strictly a South African knife collector. However, I am starting a new knife collection, which I don't know how big that's going to get, but my plan is to get just one knife from each corner of the world. I'm going to try and limit it down to maybe 10. Rounding, I'm going to try and round out my collection to about 60. I can't promise that. I'm here at Ruston Way waterfront with all these beautiful people that are hanging out, and you know, they're jogging, they're exercising, and they are having a great time. It's fantastic here in Washington. Once again, just promoting Clyde Challenor Knives. There's my Raptor. Check him out. I'm going to be doing another video that's going to be starting in a few minutes. This was just for fun, and the next video that I do is going to be more personal than anything else, because I'll get to that video in a few minutes. So once again, Clyde Challenor Knives of Durban, South Africa. And you can check him out on Instagram, as well as my buddy Josh, who has stayed with me throughout this video. And if you want to stay with me on the next video, I think you'll find that one interesting, because that one's going to run about a half hour long. So I'm pretty sure he's got a life and he's got a wife, and he doesn't have time to sit here and watch me do videos all day long. But in any case, Clyde Challenor Knives. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video with the information right there, Clyde Challenor Knives, and give you guys one final shot of the video before I say goodbye. And there you go. Man, it's hard to get this. I'm doing it with my iPad, so it's kind of difficult to get everything on camera, so I apologize. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. I'm going to have a quick drink of water, and then I'll be doing the next video in a few minutes. Thank you so much, and happy knife collecting.